We will see how we can build the supervised model using the orange tool. So let's start with this. First, we have to collect the data, whatever the data set on which you want to build your supervised prediction model. So I am using here the iris data set. Description to download the data set you will get in my description box. Okay, so I am using the iris data set. So once the data set is selected, you have to categorize some features. So as you can see here, species, this is my target. So I have set this column as my target. So you can do the same thing. ID is also one of the column I have in my data set. So I don't want to include the ID. So I'm just selecting here the escape. So rest is 4 features I have in my data set. So you just go on apply. Okay, so my data set is now connected. Now we have to build the supervised prediction model. So we will go on the transform tab. Now here we will be including the data sampler. Data sampler is like if we want to build a kind of a classification prediction model. So we have to use our data in or split the data in 2 sets. Now you can see here there is a fixed proportion of the data is given. So usually when we build up classification model, so 80-20 ratio is there. 80 is for the training the data and 20% is for testing the data. So or 70-30, that ratio also you can take. So I am taking here the 80 for the training and 20 for the test. So let's start with this. Now my data is splitted out. Now this training data I am going to utilize for 3 different classification algorithms. I want to test my model on that. So from the models tab you can see, you just click on this and you will be having few of the classification algos. So I am taking here tree, then I am trying to try it on SVM. Let's say for the third one we will take the naive Bayes. So 3 classification algorithms I want to try on this data set. You just connected all these classification algos, right? So now all the 3 classification algos are connected. I want to find out what is the score. Like if I am taking this 80% of the training data and applying these many algorithms, so what will be the score? What is the accuracy of the model? So just let's go on the evaluate tab. Now here you can see the test and score option is there. So I'm connecting all these 3 algos with this, right? So once all these things are connected, now you can see when I'm clicking on the test score, no results is there. So why it is so? Because when you're connecting this, along with this you have to connect the data also, the data sampler that you have used. Now double click this. Now you can see 3 algos we have selected: tree, SVM and naive Bayes. Now you can see the accuracy of the model. Okay, so area under ROC curve, this will show you the classification accuracy. You just hover the mouse, you can see the description over here. This is my classification accuracy, how accurately my model is predicting the results. Now you can see the best performing algo is the naive Bayes algorithm here, and the option what is chosen here is the cross validation. This is the accurate results we are getting out of it, because cross validate will do the classification on different set of the data set. So this will be a total 10 folds by default it is giving. So it will run the model on different samples and total 10 folds are there. So this will give the accuracy of whenever we will be passing the test data for the prediction. So it will be accurate model. So how you can see the difference in this? Suppose I'm selecting this option, test on the trained data. Now you can see when I'm selecting the test on the trained data, now my classification accuracy is coming 97%. But when I'm clicking the cross validation, it is showing my classification accuracy is 90. Even though the accuracy is decreased, but this will make the model more accurate in this sense. So all these 3 algos accuracy values we are getting out of it. Now we are ready with this. Now we will go for checking the confusion matrix and the ROC analysis. Now what this confusion matrix is? Confusion matrix will give us the idea if your you're building any prediction model or classification model, how your algos will be performing. Now I have connected my test and score with the confusion matrix. Just double click it. Now you can see here on the left hand side tree algo is selected. Now how you can read it out, this confusion matrix, all this diagonal line what you can see, it will give us how accurately the values are coming. So if I am saying here 29, this is my value. So 29 places are there out of the whole data set when I am predicting correctly the values, and 4 places this is the false prediction. So 4 instances are there when my prediction is false. The same way when I am talking about the Irish and Virginica set, so here 29 places are there instances when I am predicting in the correct, and 3 places or the instances when my prediction is false. So the same way you can check the confusion matrix for each and every algo. Now you can see because our accuracy for the naive Bayes was very much accurate in comparison to rest of the 2 algos. So you can see the prediction accuracy. So here also my true predictions will be more in this case. So this is the way we can understand the confusion matrix. So this will give you the idea like how accurately your model is predicting for the number of instances. Now let's talk about ROC analysis. Okay, so through ROC analysis, this will give you the evaluation results. So I'm just double clicking on this. Now you can see different color tabs are there. So now you just see here. So my naive Bayes, because it is giving me the highest accuracy. So how you can identify the more closer to the one scale you are coming. So that means you are more turned to getting the idea like how your algos are performing. So nearer the scale you can see here, when I am pointing towards this, I am getting the value for all the 3 algos. Tree it is giving 1, and then SVM is giving 0.88, and naive Bayes it is giving 0.451. Okay, so this is the value through which you can understand how your algos are performing. Now up to this we have understand what is our predictions score and how you can understand the confusion matrix. Now let's say we will go for predicting the values. Okay, so for predicting the values, now let's start this by using these 3 algos. So let's start by taking one more data sampler. Now here in this data sampler, just double click this. I'm using the rest of the 20% of the data that we have kept for the testing purpose. So I'm just selecting it. Now just drag it little bit and select the test and score. Now this will give the accuracy of the model. Before that, we need to connect all our algos selected over there with this. And yes, the train data also, the 80% that we have selected. Now all the connection is done. Now just go on clicking this. Now you can see test on the train data. These results is showing us 96% accuracy. SVM is not performing well, like 1%. This is the best accuracy, and the tree also. When I am selecting the test, now you can see different accuracy for different algos is coming. Cross validation, as we have discussed, you can check the cross validation accuracy also. So now on my test data also it is performing well. Now what you can do is now then we will go for identifying the predictions. Okay, so this is just for the cross validation. It is giving certain warnings, so we can avoid it. So just go for the prediction. Now you can see through the prediction also we are getting the results for each and every algorithm. So let's go for identifying with a single instance. So let's say I want to pass any one instance from the test data, and I want to check what is the results. Now you can drag it little bit and select the data table. Now in my data table you can see 32 instances are there. I want to go for the first instance, so I'm just selecting it and then I'm close. You just go for the prediction. So I'm opening this. Let's see. Now see the prediction. So it is giving me the species name, that is Iris setosa. So this is my prediction with the values. So this is the prediction for a single instance. Okay, so if you want to check it out, the predictions, so like if I'm just going for this also, Like for an example, if I'm taking a single instance, so this is the way how you can pass the test data, get your prediction, and if you are first time training the model with the training data, so this is the process we have seen. So let's just revise it. What all things we have included here, we have just checked out how we can utilize the data sampler for the training and the testing of the classification model. The three algos we have seen here, how you can go for testing your model accuracy through the test and score option, and represent the confusion matrix and ROC analysis. Then we have seen how the predictions can be made. Okay, so I hope you understand this.